Calling plays out on the field on Thursday night? Are you going to be calling the plays on
I
Thursday?
might. You never know. You never know.
What is the adjustment, assuming it is a different, play call? I know you don't have the helmet speaker, but what is it when the different guys call the defense? Is there anything?
I don't know. We gonna go over it during the week. It's a short week. We going over it. We getting it down packed, and I just feel stuff's just going to carry on as normal.
Your position coach has obviously called plays. He's been a defensive coordinator. Would you guys feel comfortable if that's the way they go?
I mean, our whole defensive staff, they work together. I was saying this earlier in the season that they all, they're really receptive to each other, but all of them give, different input and different things like that. So I feel like whoever's calling it, we'll be comfortable because all of them have been on the same page.
Adrian, how do you feel Rasul has done stepping in these last couple of weeks at corner and how he's played out there?
He's done well as expected. He's a vet now, and he's been battle tested. He's played in big games. He's done it, so he fell right in and without any flinch.
With Campbell wearing the communication helmet, so how has he kind of taken to that role? When we talked to him, he seems like kind of a quiet guy, but obviously he has that leadership role at the huddle for you guys. How has he taken to that?
I mean, he's one of the guys that within the locker room and on the field. I wouldn't consider him a quiet guy because once he gets to know you, he talks a lot. But and then on the field, it's getting better each and every week with all of us communicating. He relayed to us, we relayed to each other. The communication is picking up each and every week, just with everybody understanding, everybody being more comfortable, then everybody getting used to the type of things we're going to be playing.
Adrian, I understand you don't worry about what we may think, but from the outside, it feels like you had a tough start to the season. Then you had, the red zone challenges that you had. That maybe we kind of looked at your defense with a little more negative eye than what it deserved. Do you guys feel good about where you're at now and how far you've come, or where do you kind of assess your group at today?
We just on a week-by-week basis, we want to get better. We want to continuously improve and get better in all areas. And but yeah, we can't look at that. We're on the team where Aaron's on offense and with a defense, so everything's going to be magnified. If we lose, it's our fault. I mean, and coming here, that's what you kind of feel like. You feel like if we do our job, we win, type thing. When you have a Hall of Fame quarterback on the other side. So that's just going to come. That's just what comes with it. But yeah, regardless of what we do, we held them out the red zone this week. And the problem that the media going to say is the yards. You know what I'm saying? Then we was before that we was who was he, top 5 in yards, and we couldn't we couldn't stop people in red zone even though they only scored 14 points. And but it's still, that's what the problem is. It's always going to be a problem from the outside world, but what we have to do is continuously improve each and every week. We have to get better.
Okay, so let's talk about the problem for this week. Heineke ran for a ton of yards, right?
Yeah.
He's a quarterback and ran, and obviously you look at what Kyler Murray can do. Is that something you guys, forget about us, but you guys are focused on that you need to be better at this week?
Yeah, I mean, Kyler Murray is, probably a little bit faster than him, probably, So, that's something that we have to stop. That's something that we have to, be aware of in the back end for extending plays. We got to let the front handle him, with him getting out the pocket, but it's still going, regardless, it's going to be plays. When you got a mobile quarterback like that, it's going to be plays where he gets loose. It's going to be plays when he gets outside the pocket. It's up to us to, contain him as best we can and then eliminate those big plays, those scramble plays, and make sure we plaster into receivers.
I don't know how much you saw Kyler from afar in last year, but how has he grown as a quarterback? What's the difference you see in him this season?
I mean, I haven't, analyzed where he was from last year to this year, but I just, look at what I see right now and that, he has all the tools. So, and then he's a pretty young guy, so he's only going to get better. And you just see, you expect progress in that because, he can throw it a mile, he can escape. He escapes to throw, he escapes to run. They can do, they scheme up the run game with him. When you got a quarterback that can run, it adds an extra blocker. So it's just a lot of things you can do with a mobile quarterback like that.
It's been a couple of weeks, Adrian, but what kind of help do you think you're going to be getting as the season goes on from guys like Jalen and Whitney?
So we say that
Yeah, Jalen and Whitney.
what kind of help we're gonna get from him?
Yeah,
I
what do
mean,
you think you're going to get from them as the season goes on?
You talking about Merciless from DN?
Yeah, just
Yeah, you talking about, oh, okay. I mean, as the season go on, you just, once they have a larger role, you know what I'm saying, we'll start to see as things move forward. I mean, that's not something it's not something that I really, something I'm thinking about, like, right now. I'm just like, all right, what's in there, what we got to do with this short week. But yeah, as guys get more reps, guys get in the game more, guys get, you seen, vets that come in, they can have an impact early just because they know the game, they know ball. It doesn't take them as long to get, within a scheme and stuff like that because they know football. Football is football. You transfer over and then you get pressure on the quarterback. And when you got our big guys up front, getting after quarterback, I feel like we're going to be hard to beat.
Adrian, are there aspects of spread offense from Kingsbury in this, in their scheme? I mean, do you see some of that runs from college into the pros?
Oh yeah, you talking about like the college style and
college
the
style routes,
yeah.
things like that, reads.
Yeah, it was that's and they have the personnel to do that because you got the quarterback that can do the zone read, he can do the arc plays and the different RPO, different stuff like that hurry up tempo, stuff like that. Yeah, that's something that you have to prepare for. That's a little different from the the traditional NFL offenses. But the more every year the NFL is starting to, with all these mobile quarterbacks, it's starting to get more and more like college every year with the different the screen, the bubbles, and the zone read, stuff like that. The wide open, hurry up on the ball, no huddle. Different things like that. You're seeing the, offenses, basically evolve, into that. Basically, have the league, have some sort of it.
They got 4 pretty good wide receivers. Hopkins, Green, Kirk, and Rondale Moore. Do you see instances where they use all 4 or try to spread teams out and really try to attack them that way?
For sure, they go in that call it 10 personnel with 4 receivers on the field, and yeah, they spread you out and they can get you. They can still run the ball with that, but they also have 4 guys on the outside that are threats, in the passing game.
Time for 2 more.
What's the bigger challenge on a short week, Adrian? The mental preparation or just feeling physically ready to play on Thursday?
I mean, leading up to it, you got to have a positive mindset about the, short week and everything. But I think it is, it's kind of hard during the NFL season. You already got 17 games, physical games, and then you got 3 days of, basically 3 to 4 days of recovery. And then you go across the, across the country to go play a game. So, regardless, you gotta have a positive mindset. You gotta get after it. But I think it's the physical part, as far as just getting your body together, getting your body back recovered. I think it's mental in that, you have to lock in as far as getting all the game plan in. But that's not as hard as just the ground and pound of football, and then making that big travel and then having to play. But if you get your mental right and be like, all right, this is what we got to do, and get locked in, I think we'll be fine.
Where do you stand on the college football overtime rules, and how did you feel about Saturday?
I don't know. We got to figure out something on offense for that game. Can't be losing to Illinois. Man, I don't know. Yeah, I don't, hit that one a little bad, but I don't know. But the way college, the Big Ten is, you know, they play Ohio State. They can, if they win that game and win out, you know, they can get back in there.
I'm sorry, I was gonna say, could you imagine playing that many overtimes in a pros game? I mean, you'd be
Yeah,
exhausted.
that's not happening. You know, it's almost as bad as playing a Thursday night across the country.